It's about a new law that classifies delivery robots as pedestrians. So lawmakers agreed that in Pennsylvania, it has now become the 12th state in the US that grants delivery robots access to both roads and pedestrian paths. While on these roads, they could travel up to 25 miles per hour, and on the pedestrians, they're limited to 12 miles per hour. I believe in both cases they could carry up to 550 pounds, which is a lot, especially going that fast. um, I could see this being beneficial in numerous ways, especially in rural, rural, rural places where like the nearest Walmart is like 10 miles out. Um, Having delivery robots deliver that to you, so you don't have to go out of your way to get it. It's fine. I'm not sure if it's feasible with all the battery it has, but that's another thing. So this is a little bit controversial, just because like in the crowded cities, think of like New York City, or even more specifically, I think in the article they mentioned San Francisco, that they banned the robots because of fear of people crashing into them. San Francisco is a very populated state. You see a bunch of people walking around in the streets. It's a very potential lawsuit waiting to happen. If somebody gets hit with one of these, what happens? There's no laws against this yet. It's unregulated. So San Fran just decided to ban the whole thing. In the article, it also talks about if we ever do want to get to a point that we allow these robots to walk with us, so to say, that we have to kind of remap our whole city planning, and because it wasn't made, no one thought of these robots back when they were designing how to lay out the cities. These are plants that are hundreds of years old, uh, and these things just didn't pop up. Look at New York City; it's not even efficient right now. Think of like adding a whole new dynamic by putting robots in there. That's just not feasible.
I agree that it's going to be a tough route for automate autonomous robots to be on a footpath with humans. But I think the 12 states are stepping forward and creating the forward thinking. So I think that the all the states will eventually come to a consensus that they are safe and they should be allowed on the roadways and on the footpath. I'm not sure how 25 miles per hour on a roadway is going to impact the traffic, but eventually it will. It. I hope it doesn't create a lot of traffic, so maybe they'll increase the speed or something when it's on the roadway. But I think that 12 miles per hour is still kind of fast for the pathway because we don't know how humans will react with the robot and how it's gonna obstruct all the people walking. It's gonna be a lot of. I guess the technology is not matured enough yet to uh, trust fully, since they don't have all the data points that they need. The robots that they need all the data points to maneuver through the city. I think that's eventually going to happen. There's a lot of company working to getting those datas available, since many of the companies are planning to create the autonomous cars. So this is the same concept, it's just in a different format. But I think it's a great idea, and the laws should be created around it. And the more laws there are, the stricter companies will be on creating the technology, which will allow it to be more uh, more accurate and more data driven, and more safety precautions will be taken in account by the companies. That way, the technology will mature and people will be safe around it. And there are a lot of benefits to this technology. Like it will help uh, move cargo that the people don't have to uh, use their or prioritize their health over workers or working with this product. So I think there's a lot of benefits. There's just there are a lot of key things that lawmakers have to come across. I think that's why most of the states are still afraid of this device on the road.
It's going to be a couple of years before I think this technology is fully able to function in all environments. The dimensions that are given in the regulations, it puts these robots at maximum size of about a large refrigerator. So I think the dimensions are about 2.5 feet wide, 3.5 feet long, 6 feet tall. So it gives the potential of something a little bit on the tippy side. So hills, curbs, going on and off the sidewalk, uneven sidewalks, sidewalk construction, road construction. When with a limit of 25 miles an hour, this really pushes it to delivery and residential areas only. I could see this maybe being used for your typical local pizza delivery place might be able to use it to bring stuff to houses nearby. Cities that might have a higher speed limit on a couple of roads, it'll be hard to get these robots are not allowed to operate on those higher speed limit roads. So it really restricts getting stuff from point A to point B quickly. But you could always have, say, a person. I think this maybe could be used for, say, Amazon. They bring a large truck, like their delivery truck, with a bunch of these robots preloaded. They drive the Amazon truck to a neighborhood. All these robots go out from that truck, deliver the packages, come back to the truck. Truck drives back, or even the truck leaves them there, goes on to the next neighborhood, drops off a couple of these, comes back, picks up these robots. So maybe one driver can deliver to 5 neighborhoods in a day instead of one neighborhood in a day. There's more improvements that need to be shown, but I think with time and maybe co-development between self-driving cars like the Tesla and this technology, maybe they can make rapid improvements in the technology, the self-driving technology.